Hi everybody, welcome back to DayZ. Now in this video I'm going to show you how you can use a PC mod to kind of solve one of the problems we have with vehicles in DayZ at the moment as of 1.18. Who knows, this may well change when we get 1.19 and beyond, and that is they often have a tendency to disappear on server restart. So here we've got a vanilla truck and over there we've got one of Red Falcon's helicopters. And basically what happens is when there's a server restart and these spawn back in, they kind of go out of sync with the world, and then they normally bounce around and they'll either drop through the floor or they'll destroy themselves. And so when you come back in to find your vehicle, it's gone. Or maybe it was in like a building and you've locked it up and you come back and it's gone. And unfortunately this is just an inherent problem with the DayZ engine, the Infusion engine. However, there is a useful mod that you can do this. Well, there's two useful mods, and these are well, it's HunterZ CarCover mod, and then an extra mod that works with the helicopters as well. And these are very, very clever. So what these mods do is they replace the car model with a model that looks like a car that's covered, when in fact it isn't. All it is just this shell, which is a very simple model, so that when there's a server restart and this spawns in, there's no chance, or very little chance, of it bouncing around and destroying itself in the way that a vehicle model can. And the mod is designed in such a way that it will remember what the car has in terms of fuel, fluids, what's in the inventory, all that sort of stuff here. So let me just kind of show you. So if I come up to this vehicle here and then hold F to take the camo-net down, you'll see, hopefully, that there is a car underneath it. There we go. Not one that's been set up, but there's a car. So I can go over to this car with the camo-net, and you see we've got the option to cover. So we press and left click. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. And that car is now covered. Well, and it's not really covered, it's actually disappeared. It's not on the server anymore. There's just some data that's been saved about the car, and there's this much more simple mod. So let's go over here. What's underneath here? As you can see, actually inside the coverage, you can see inside, we've got an Apache. How cool is that? So then what we could do is we could go up to this truck. We could cover this truck. The other thing that's really good about these covers is not only do they help prevent vehicles disappearing between server restarts, they also put a lot less stress on the server. So this model here is a lot easier for the server to render than this model here, so they'll make the server run better as well. So how absolutely cool is this? Now the thing to remember though is, if you are on a server where people will take other people's vehicles, then you at the moment anyway, you can't lock the cover to the vehicle. If you're using most of the common car keys mods, it will remember that the car is locked as well, so that will be okay. So kind of just bear that in mind. So what we're going to do next is let's look at these two mods and let's discuss how you install them. So if we come out, so the first one is HunterZ's CarCover mod, and the first thing you want to do is you want to subscribe to that. And the second one is Nutter's Workshop Red Falcon's Flight Systems CarCover Addon mod. So you'll want to subscribe to that. And I'm kind of directing this video at people who you're probably fairly familiar with how to install mods. So I'm not going to FTP it up onto my server. I'm going to use my local server, an example of what to do. So what you then do, so it's all the normal stuff then. So then you go to your DayZ Workshop folder, and then you copy, so we'd copy CarCover and Red Falcon's Flight Systems. That one, where's it gone? There it is, it's that one. So you'd right click, copy that one, and then you would paste that into your server. Obviously you'll be FTPing it up to your server, so you right click, paste, and then you go into each mod, and you would take the key and you would copy that and you paste that into the keys folder on your server, right click, paste, Do the same with the car cover mod. Go into the keys. So you'd copy that, put into keys folder on your server. So you paste that. And then what you want to do is you want to add the mods to your start batch file. So on a local server, it'll be a windows.bat file. If it's on your server in the cloud, you'll want to add it to your start line parameters. So for example, if you use Nitrado as an example, you would go to the web interface. You would go to your general settings, and there you would add it there. So you'd do semicolon, and then you'd have car cover mod, and semicolon the one for the helicopters as well. And the way that you get the correct spelling is that you would just copy that there. So you would right copy there. So when you look at, for example, a Nitrado server, this additional mods, this section here, this is actually the start batch file. We don't actually have .bat file. We don't actually have access to it on Nitrado and with lots of server providers, but obviously you do on your local server. So then what you want to do is you'd fire up your server, you'd let it run through, and what will that will generate in your config folder or your settings folder, or your profiles folder, you'll get a car cover .json. And what this actually does, if we open this, this actually tells the mod what covers should go on what cars. So you know, when you put a cover on a Addon, what cover should appear instead. When you go on a truck, which cover should appear instead. And so what you have to do is, if you could then go into the let's get rid of car cover. If we come out of there, if you then go into the RFFS Heli car cover add-on mod, you'll see in the extras there's another car cover JSON. So you copy that, you go back into your config, go into the car cover and paste the other one over the top, because what this cover includes, if we scroll down to the bottom, this JSON includes all the cars, but also includes all of the helicopters as well. So you need to sort of remember that so to do that bit. Now the other thing you want to do as well is you'll want to make sure that you copy the types across as well. If you didn't put the types additions into your types.xml on your server, what would happen is these covers would actually just disappear. So if we go into car cover, here we go, up here. So if we go into the car cover mod, if we go into types, if we edit that with Notepad++, there's this massive long list. And so what you want to do is, those top ones, they're the camo-nets that spawn in the world, and then the other ones, these are the kind of the covers that appear once you've applied them. So what you do is you would go down to the bottom, like this. You don't want to include types, and you would right click, you would copy that, then you would go into your server, go into the mission file, go into CharCover Plus, go into DB, open up the types, and then you would paste them in there. You see I've already done it with here. And then the next one you'd want to do is you want to go into the helicopter car cover add-on, go into the extras, go into the types, and then we've got these ones. So these are the helicopter covers. So again, you would do the same, go down to the bottom, you'd right click, copy those, and you would come out of there, go into your MP missions, go to generous, go into types, and then you could paste those into there as well. I've already done it, and so that puts onto the server the types for the helicopter covers. Again, if you didn't do that, if you just uploaded the mod and ran the mod, what would happen is that those covers would have no life to them, and they would in fact just disappear. And I don't know what happens then. I don't know whether the car would disappear as well, but it's not worth trying out. Now if you want to go over any more of this, any of these instructions, actually both of the mods do have pretty good instructions how to install them as well, so that's good. And also remember that these will be updated as new vehicles get added, and the helicopter one will be updated as new helicopters get added to Red Falcons mod. Also, the other thing I would say is, obviously to have the Red Falcon cover mod working, you need to have Red Falcon's Heliz mod installed. So there we go. That is how you solve the problem of vehicles and helicopters sort of despawning on server restarts. You use the CarCover mod and you use the Heliz cover mod. There we go. Well, hopefully that video has been useful. If it has been, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.